What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show episode review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about is My Hero Academia, Season 14, Season 5, Episode 14. Now, before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who has not seen the episode yet, I don't want to spoil it for you. Now, let's get started, y'all. So, this is during the work study arc, the basically Endeavor work study arc, because there were two work study arcs. There's the one that was a little bit back in the season, and then there's this one, which is the one with Endeavor. So Endeavor meets the squad, and when I mean squad, I mean Bakugo, Todoroki, and Meteor. So you got Bakugo, who's all like, number one hero, my butt. I'm gonna overcome you. And then you got Meteor, who's shaking at his boots, like, oh my god, it's Endeavor. Not fanboying, but he's just intimidated by Endeavor himself, because Endeavor is basically as tall as All Might. And he's as big as All Might. And the funny thing is, in season 1, Endeavor was talking to Meteor. He's like, you know what? Give my son a good show. Let him show his powers. And Meteor is like, I am not All Might. He just says this. And then Endeavor's like, I didn't say you were All Might. And then Meteor is like, and Todoroki is not you. And just leaves with that note. And I was like, bro, you got balls to just say something like that, dude. Because I'm like, I'd be sitting there like, oh god, bro. Yeah, I'll give you a good fight, man. Please don't hurt me, because Endeavor is strong. Like, he is super strong. He's not the number one hero for just pleasure reasons, or for, he's a strong dude. Like, he was the second hero to All Might, and then he comes to the first level. So I'm like, bro, do your thing. And, also, let's not forget, Endeavor's not happy, because he was like, oh man, Todoroki's coming to, so I can teach him my ways. Sonny boy, I can teach him the father ways of the fire. And then Todoroki's like, I'm gonna bring my two friends, which I really think is funny, since, Bakugo is like, you're not a friend. I don't know who this dude is. He's not my friend. But Todoroki's like, we're friends. It's just hilarious how Todoroki acts. So, they're getting there, and yeah, like I said, Endeavor is angry. So Endeavor goes on, and he takes off. And he's like, and the cool thing about it is, he didn't even know a villain was coming out. He just takes off. And everybody's like, oh crap, we gotta go follow him. So they're following him. And we get to the scene where there's this like weird villain. And this villain is sitting here on a cloud, if I'm not mistaken. And his quirk is, he's taking glass and turning them into these like orbs. And he's spouting out random stuff like, oh, Pluto, I come bringing a message from Pluto. There is darkness in the world. I am here to extinguish that darkness. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? So long story short, Endeavor takes him out. And then his loonies, or his basically minions, they get taken out by Hulk. And what's funny is, Hawks comes in there, and, Bakugo's like, I don't understand how he's faster. Because, Bakugo is passive-aggressive and competitive. Super competitive. And then you've got, Meteor is like, oh my gosh, it's the hero Hawks. And Hawks is like, oh wow, you're the kid who keeps on constantly breaking his fingers. Which is a really funny thing, because, as I said, in Season 1, Meteor is the one who always will break his fingers. And also, on the off note, Hawks is the one that Tokoyami trained under. And Tokoyami is the Hawk dude who's got that Hulk head, and then he's got his dark shell coming out. So he's actually doing the work study, but he's doing it in Hulk's work study, but Hawks is not there to, teach him his ways. Because Hawks is kind of doing a secret mission. He's like a secret agent, almost to say. So he works for the heroes, but he's kind of acting like he wants to work for the villains. And so all the intel that the villains are giving him, he's giving the heroes. But the thing about it is he has to say it kind of in codes, almost. So he came over there to tell Endeavor about the stuff that the villains told him. But the problem, like I said, is he's being watched. So he's like, oh man, I've been reading this book called The Liberation Arc. And it's so amazing, man. You got to read page 2. Read the highlighted text. Read the highlighted text. He's saying this to Endeavor. Endeavor's like, he's kind of acting a little weird for what he's saying. Read the highlighted text. What he means. What do you mean? So that's happening. And once that's ended, Meteora Deku, well, Meteora, Todoroki, and Bakugo go to Endeavor's agency. And they get to see his kind of squad, his allies. And one of his allies, which is really cool, is I thought at first when I read the 26th volume of My Hero Academia manga, I thought Burning was a OC character that, the writer just kind of put in there. Because, like, if you look at the, manga books, they'll have kind of, some illustrated art in there. So that's what I thought Burning was. But Burning is actually a character. And I was like, oh, man, she seems like a really cool character because she's a wild card. And what I mean is wild card, she's, like, loud and stuff. And we got to see her animated in the first part of the episode. See, she's talking to them. She's telling them about their agency and how they work. And then we get this one part where it's like something happens and the whole agency is like, oh my gosh, where do we go? This and that. Do we have people to send? They're going crazy. Now, while this is happening, we have Endeavor, who is basically kind of looking at the Liberation Arc book that was given to him by Hawks. So he's reading all the things, and he's basically pinpointing the codes that Hawks gave him. So he was like, the second part of the text, read the highlighted. And so he's learning that the liberation is not actually a thing. It's more of an enemy that they better prepare for. And it's not no little bitty people like, we're the Liberation Arc, yay. No, it's like, it's couple of thousand villains making some liberation. And the leader of the liberation is a guy named Despero. And he sounds more like that, mouse with the flappy ears. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But it was a movie and a comic book about a mouse with like big ears called Despero. But the cool thing about it is, in the theme song, we actually kind of get to see Despero and some other villains that I really didn't know who were. They didn't show their names, but I only know Despero because he's got like his long nose and stuff. So that's the end of the episode. And I just have to say, the theme song and the ending song really didn't clink with me. And what I mean is, like, they always change it. Like in manga, they'll change like the theme song and then also like the ending for the theme song, the ending theme song. And I'm like, I like the one where they were doing it with the A class versus B because it was more catchy. And then also like at the end, it was catchy as well. So I'm like, this one is not really hitting me or not really connecting with me. So I'm like, I don't know. But I still love the series and y'all should too. And remember, like the video, share it with your fam. And if you're subscribed, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'll see y'all later, millionaires. And have a blessed day and a good day. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.